Okay, the camera stopped because I've got Interpol and other agencies and NASA, all of them here inside my phone, kind of. They're all live mic'd, and they're listening to everything that I do. And they didn't want me to go into that area. And I understand because I get led sometimes by my communications, and I'm a truthful person. I'll tell you the truth. And they don't want me to tell you. So we're going to leave that alone right there. And we're going to go on to something else like what they want me to tell you, which is the Bay of Pigs. Okay, so you got this great little baby, right? It gets stolen. It gets stolen during a tumultuous time, a very bad time in our life. But there's a lot of movements going on, and my mother was really, really close to the president, John F. Kennedy, because she was a SALT and she was a Secret Service agent for the president, and she got in by claiming she was deeply involved with him, and she wasn't, but they played it up really, really well. He was a married man, and she had a lot of issues with the industries because there was Nazi communism in there, and we're not going to talk too much about that because I know they don't want me to say too much right now. So the Bay of Pigs, I hate to tell you this, but I am allowed to declassify some files because there's some things going on, and the public has a right, a very, very good right, to understand what's going on. The Bay of Pigs, I'm going to be frank with you, was a blood contract between two countries. Because the Baptista at the time took money and he left, and then Fidel Castro came and set up shop there, and a lot of the socialites didn't like that, and they were going to try and get some help. Well, Castro went to U.S. for some funding also because he wanted to get into the industry of baseball, and then he went to Russia for some funding. Well, what it was a triangulated communistic partnership. And how do you do that without the public knowing? Well, you do a blood contract. And what happened was Castro needed to keep the proper dads of the socialites because the money went to Baptista. And so the refugees went to U.S. and they went to Internal Affairs. And they said, this is going on, and it's really, really bad, and he's just a tyrant or whatever, and he's taking this and he's taking that. And they said, okay, we'll go back and be spies. Now, on the U.S. side, they're thinking, how could I lose? I've got spies that are going to either go in, and I'm going to end up taking Cuba, or I'm going to allyship with them, because I don't have time to do a lot of this stuff, and Russia's in there also, and it's a port right there of industry exchange. And at the time, there was some industry butting heads, and there was a lot of it going on, and so they outlawed the smoke, and I'm referring to tobacco and the cigars and everything. And they did that, and they did a whole campaign on how unhealthy and cancerous smoking was. And it's in tests, and NASA has confirmed this. The tests prove that the tobacco itself, in and of itself, is natural and non-acidic and arsenic and non-contributing to bad health. It's the paper. It's the dyes in the paper that causes the cancer. That set aside, because